Well, I joined in the mid-1980s in Boston, United States of America. And I was studying university there in Boston. I got a job when I got out, and I was reading about Mahatma Gandhi and different American transcendentalists that were all mentioning Bhagavad Gita. So I got very curious from that, and I went to the bookstore to get the Bhagavad Gita, and there was only one small little copy of the Bhagavad Gita. And I went back to my office and I was reading that Bhagavad Gita, little one, on the elevator going up to my 21st floor. And one gentleman was on the elevator and he asked me, "What are you reading?" And I said, "Oh, it's a book called the Bhagavad Gita." He said, "No, don't read that translation of the Bhagavad Gita." So I was surprised. I said, "Why?" And he said, "No, you should read one translation by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada." And he said, "It's Bhagavad Gita as it is if you want to understand the Bhagavad Gita." Then some temporary agency had sent him into that office. And after a few days, I asked him some questions about his spiritual life, and he admitted that he was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And he would give me tapes of Srila Prabhupada chanting, and I would listen to those tapes at my desk, and I was starting to read the Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, I got the mercy from Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, and obviously Lord Krishna. And then very soon I joined ISKCON in Boston. And very quickly, for many years, I was on the traveling Sankirtan team, distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, trying to please Prabhupada. And a lot of college, university preaching as well. That was my first main service in ISKCON. Of course, like everyone, I washed the pots and the pans, and I did all the cleaning and sweeping, trying to purify my heart and my consciousness, Cetodapana Marjanam. And after some days, then they allowed me to join the Christmas Marathon in 1987, and that was the start of my book distribution seva. And I think it was a wonderful opportunity to try to please Srila Prabhupada, because we all know how important Prabhupada's books are, and Prabhupada's wanting them to be distributed. And those books, Prabhupada said, if they read even one line of my books, with the mercy of Krishna, they can become devotee of Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada said there's so many hundreds and thousands of different translations and books written about Bhagavad Gita, but none of them could make a devotee of Krishna. None of them could induce somebody to give up their materialistic life and to surrender to Krishna. And so Srila Prabhupada showed that his purity and his authorization through parampara, Krishna's parampara, and the potency in his teachings, his books, was able to touch the heart and the mind, give us intelligence and faith coming ultimately from Krishna.
So nice. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Maharaj, what is the most memorable thing or the moment what you had with Prabhupada which you cannot forget in your life?
I think being able to do book distribution every day, as those who do it, they know it's not an easy service. So on a daily basis, you would have to really try to intensely chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to purify your consciousness, your mind and senses. So the book distribution really helped us to focus on the chanting, and the chanting helped us to be able to surrender to the not always easy task of trying to approach conditioned souls to sell them a book, Bhagavad Gita. But I think that the intensity of that effort to try to surrender, to please Srila Prabhupada, and to be able to go home at the end of the day with most of the books, if not all of the books, distributed, was that reciprocation that I felt from Srila Prabhupada by being able to do that particular service was very memorable to me, because I always felt Srila Prabhupada's being happy with me and blessing me and being pleased when I would just try to surrender and distribute books. So that's very memorable to me.
Great.